Okay? And I am making room for the good that wants to come into my experience, that wants to flow with ease and effortlessness into my experience. And so if you are the thing or the person or the job or the church or the belief or the habit or the pattern or the pathology or the ideology or whatever you are that is hindering my free movement, or you are crowding the space that I need for the good, then I've got to be willing to let you go. Because I asked for it, right?
Right.
I said I wanted it, and I said yes.
And we agreed to the yes.
We agreed.
Ooh. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the comfy couch, y'all. And this is another episode, A Moment with Joy. And y'all already know what time it is. It's time for us to heal, evolve, and transform together in a sacred place. And I'm always grateful to spend time with y'all here on this beautiful Thursday. I have a special guest. Oh, wait, before we start, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and press the button. Go ahead and press the button. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're sharing this video with 2 people and sharing this love with them every Tuesday and Thursday, okay? So, because I was like, when is it gonna happen? Make sure y'all are sharing this video with at least 2 people and make sure they are getting this love every Tuesday and Thursday. And y'all already know I appreciate each and every last one of you. So drop the green hearts in the chat. Go ahead and do that. And I'm waiting because I'm trying to respond to you, okay? And today we have a very special guest, dear to my heart. We have my spiritual mother, Nadia, here to share love, to share light, to give us some insight. And I want y'all to please get in a comfortable position. I need you to grab your tea, grab your journals, have your pens ready to write, and go ahead and take your deep breath now. Inhale and exhale and just release all the tension because we're about to dive in. And today, I want to start because I was, of course, on Instagram, and my mama put something up on Instagram that shook my soul. And this episode is to expound on that. And the title I gave the episode was Let Go and Make Room. That's what we're doing today. We're letting go and we're making room for what we want, what we desire. And this is what she said on Instagram. And she didn't even remember she said it, y'all. That's how you know she be one with spirit and just go with what the Lord said. And not even thinking about it. So I had to send it to her again, but I'm gonna read it to y'all because it was a very powerful truth. And she said, as you agree to shift and expand, I'm gonna say it again. As you agree to shift and expand, who and what no longer serves your highest good and well-being will get shook in the shift and make room for what aligns with where you are now. Not where you've been, where you are now. Let go and make room. Okay? So, when I listened to that, I was just like, dang. Get shook in the shift. What no longer serves us, the things that we're holding on to, the things that we just feel like we just cannot let go of. And I know a lot of us go through those moments, and in order to step into your purpose and be empowered in your own power, I feel like we need to start letting go of some things that don't serve us any longer. So what do you mean, Mama, when you say, as you agree to shift and expand? Who and what no longer serves your highest good will get shook off. It's gonna get shook off.
I like what you did a moment ago. When you broke it up just then, you said, as you agree, read that next line.
As you agree to shift and expand.
Let's stop right there. Let's stop with as you agree to shift and expand. And I almost want to stop at as you agree. Understanding that all of life is a movement toward our wholeness, right? And that as we're moving toward more and more of our wholeness and coming more and more aware of what it means to operate in wholeness, it requires a yes. It requires your agreement, your permission, as opposed to your resistance or your pushing back against it. So the moment that you get in alignment with what's for your highest and best, and you say yes to that, anything that doesn't agree with that, that is not in alignment with that, that misaligns your best and your highest, will get shook in the shift. It reminds me of a couple of things. A washing machine.
Gotcha.
It reminds me of a basketball player, like a point guard coming down the lane and got them crazy
handles.
You understand me?
Yeah.
And then, baby, you ever seen somebody get crossed up so bad that they shook him?
Yep.
Because he shifted?
Yeah.
You didn't see him going in that direction?
You thought I was coming to your right, but I'm really going this way.
I'm going left. You thought I was coming right, I'm going left. And then I came back right. Now you still don't know which way I'm going. And so you done got shook.
And they end up on the floor 9 times out of 10, for sure.
I also get the imagery of say, a pickup truck on a dirt road, driving as quickly or erratically as possible, and somebody sliding off of the back bed of the truck, trying to hold on. And then the moment that that truck takes the next quick turn, you can't hold on any longer. Because it's going at a speed, at a velocity, at a viscosity, a flow that you can't keep up with.
Wow. So
anything that could hinder the flow, the viscous flow of the move of your life towards your betterment, towards your wholeness, towards your highest and best, it's unable to hold on. I also get the imagery of an eagle versus a chicken.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
There are altitudes that an eagle can go to that a chicken knows not of.
No other bird.
No other bird.
No other bird
they can't
can
even
go.
fathom.
Nope.
They don't even have the inner workings to be able to handle what the air feels like
up there.
Okay? At that altitude. The lung capacity, the beak, the nostrils, it cannot inhale air that is that thin.
Yeah.
In fact, if you've ever been hiking in a mountain and your lungs are acclimated to being, in a certain atmosphere.
Sure.
And the more you elevate, you have to breathe differently.
Yeah. I needed an oxygen tank in Africa. They said, we're at a high altitude. And I was like, I think I'm good. I got in the airport. I was like, okay, wait.
Over there sipping the air.
Right. Just like that. In the airport, they had to put the thing on me. And I was like, whoa.
You see?
I sang a little higher though, but I could not breathe. Here on the couch, we focus on healing in every way, including our finances. Financial peace of mind is important to me, and that's why I bank with Chime. Chime is an award-winning app and a debit card with no hidden fees or monthly minimums, y'all. And y'all know we need that. It's the banking of the future since it's 100% mobile and online. Chime offers a ton of awesome features. Users get fee-free overdraft on up to $100 in debit purchases with SpotMe. It's like overdraft protection, but way better. You can get your paycheck, benefits, stimulus check, and tax return up to 2 days earlier with direct deposit. Come on, y'all. They have automatic saving features where you can automatically save a percentage of your paycheck, or you can round up your purchases made with your debit card and save that amount. There are no hidden fees or no monthly minimums. This is a steal. Y'all, start banking with Chime today.
So, sign up for a Chime checking account today to link your paycheck. It only takes 2 minutes and it doesn't affect your credit score. Get started at chime.com/TCWJ. That's chime.com/TCWJ.
You had to adjust.
I had to adjust.
So imagine you're growing at a rapid rate. You have agreed first.
Yeah.
It's our first thing. We said yes to it. We agreed. We surrendered to it. And then you start to shift and expand and grow and evolve. And number 8, people tend to want you to stop and explain your movement.
Oof.
Right? And here it is, you don't even know, just like we talked about the basketball player. Well, I don't know I'm gonna make this move, but I'm using my instincts to see which way you are coming, and then I derail you because you think I'm coming one way, I'm going another.
Yeah.
But I didn't have time to explain to you that I'm getting ready to shake you.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm just gonna make this move. And so as you're coming online or coming into an awareness that you're evolving and you've agreed to grow and shift and expand and say yes to your highest and best, often people are like, you acting funny, or you being strange, or you being weird, or you, or as my uncle could say, you done got so uppity and biggity.
Right.
Right? And they think that it's some way that you're intentionally being to shun them or, you know, to be different. But it's really that I agreed. It's really that I said yes. And I didn't give a yes for me and for you.
Woo.
Okay? And so if you're unable to move when I move, just like that, okay, then you're gonna get shook in the shift because my moves are swift. My evolution is continual. My growth is expansive. I'm getting big out here.
Yeah.
Okay? And I am making room for the good that wants to come into my experience, that wants to flow with ease and effortlessness into my experience. And so if you are the thing or the person or the job or the church or the belief or the habit or the pattern or the pathology or the ideology or whatever you are that is hindering my free movement, or you are crowding the space that I need for the good, then I've got to be willing to let you go. Because I asked for it, right?
Right.
I said I wanted it, and I said yes.
And we agreed to the yes.
We agreed.
Ooh. And people don't talk about when you say yes to something, the no's that have to come with those.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Well, you know.
Because when we agree, you know, everybody thinks it's going to be hunky-dory. And it's some shaking that happens that we don't normally talk about, the shift, the shook in the shift, okay? And I just want people to understand that when you say yes, it's finna be some shaking going on, so prepare yourself.
The thing that we most are lacking awareness around is our full participation in the change.
Yeah.
Right? We ask for something and then we don't think it requires anything of us. What we're hoping is that the sky parts and then like the Skittles commercial, it just starts raining down, you know? As opposed to knowing that, as Ernest Holmes says in the Science of Mind, is that God can only do for you what God can do through you. We get stuck on the for you. God, do this for me. God, I know you can do this for me. God, I know you're gonna do it for me.
You said it in your word.
Okay, you promise. You're not a man that you should lie. Neither the son of man that you shall repent. Have you said it and shall you not do it? Have you spoken and shall you not make it good? Okay, and so here it is. Who and what God is not in question here.
Ooh.
You know, God is gonna God.
All the time.
Okay? God can only God. How about that?
That's it.
Okay? You, on the other hand, who is in this form and in this flesh and has the ability to think independently and make decisions, you have to agree. You have to be willing to surrender, and you gotta be willing to participate in your own shift, in your own change, in your own evolution. So back to what Ernest Holmes says, God can only do for you what God can do through you. Okay? So then that means something has to happen through me in order for me to have what it is that I'm asking for. Well, what's got to happen through me, Nadia? A shift. A letting go. A cutting away.
Yeah.
Not a resistance, not a pushing up against, not a going in the opposite direction of your good, but a letting go, a making room, a shifting. And when we talk about the no is really implied.
Ooh.
This is a yes universe. So the answer is always yes, and so it is. Or as we see in the Bible, yea and amen, which is the same thing. Yes, and so it is. Right? And that's to the wanted and the unwanted. This is not a discriminatory source or energy or force or God. It's not discriminatory. It's not like I'm going to sift and sort and decipher through, maybe I ought not let you have that. No, it's a yes universe. So it's always agreeing with us. Attention, energy flows where attention goes, right? So God is focused on what you focused on, as Pastor Greg has taught. God is focused on what you are focused on. So if you are focused on the unwanted, so is God.
That's all. Listen, that's all we're going to get.
Okay? So the no is implied because really this is about yes. It's less about no, more about yes. The no is sort of, it's secondary. It's if I say yes to my peace, obviously
it's no to the opposite of that.
It's no to the worry. It's no to the doubt. It's no to the fear. But I don't even need to focus my attention on the no.
Got it.
Because where attention goes, energy flows. So I am focused on the yes. Because the more outcomes or options of unwanted that we introduce, the more confusion we create.
Say that one more time.
If I can.
Listen.
The more options that we introduce of unwanted things, the more confusion we create for the wanted, for the desired outcome. What do I mean? If you only are focused on what you want, then that's the only option there is.
Yeah.
You only can get what you want. But if you start introducing into your experience fear and doubt and worry and what if and what about when my mama them and what about what happened when my grandma tried and what about what my pastor had said when they had did it that one time and what about, but what if, and my bae laughs at me, right? Because she was ill at a time, she had to have a female surgery. And she was like, but what if it's cancer? And what if the cancer does? And I said, and what if it's not? And she said, I never thought about that. Right. Because all you introduced into your experience were unwanted options. And so you're confusing the outcome.
How can we help somebody who always goes to, because even if you ask somebody, so what do you want? They'll be like, well, I know I don't want it. It's like natural. So what do you want? Well, I don't want to go to school. I don't want to do that. And it's like, but what do you want? So how can we help people start to change that mindset of let's go toward that yes and these no's be secondary?
A constant redirecting. And it takes practice, because the habit of going to the unwanted has been practiced. That's how it got there. Whether it was imprinted on you by some societal perspective or family or some other cultural norm, you practiced it, you rehearsed it over and over and over again. So you're gonna have to just practice and rehearse in the direction of the wanted more often. And so if you're having a conversation with someone who's constantly going to the opposite of what they want, redirect. And this is what I do with my partner as well. She'll often say, babe, I don't really want such and such. And I say, I hear that. Tell me what you do want. And she might get on the do want for a few seconds. And then that habit will resurface. And then I redirect and I say, yep. So now I fully understand what you don't want. And so that we don't create that in our experience, tell me what you do want. Tell me what you do want. Tell me what you do want. And when you make a practice and a habit of focusing on, and the point here is, focus your attention on the wanted outcome. And don't confuse your desires. Don't confuse your outcome by introducing more than the option of what you want. You know,
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna start focusing on that yes.
Yeah.
In the thing that we agreed to, which was the outcome that we wanted. And be okay with what gets shaken off in that shift. It was just so powerful. And make room for what aligns with where you are now. Start making room for where you are now and what aligns with who you are now, not with who you were a year ago, not with who you were at 10, not at 21 when you made your first $1 million, but who you are today. So help us with that. How can we make room for what aligns with us and who we are now?
Woo! Woo! Okay. Okay, not so fast, not so fast. Calm down. Okay, give me a second. Okay? Just talking the spirit within me to give me a second.
That's why you're here.
Okay. So, a lot of the human condition, unfortunately, has an addiction to suffering and huge attachment issues. Okay. One of the things that we do is we mishandle, misconstrue, and what do I want to say? Misunderstand the purpose of relationships and connections when they come into our experience. And we misidentify what they are by failing to identify what the purpose of a connection is when they first happen. And this is going to take us to how we make room, right?
Got it. I'm with you.
Because when we fail to identify, I wonder what this person came into my life for. I wonder why I'm on this job. I wonder why I'm being called for this gig. I wonder, what am I here to do? What is this experience for? What's the purpose of this relationship? Unfortunately, we have relegated relationships and connections to people in particular to a few things. We feel a little fuzzy and feel something new.
A little hot.
Yeah.
There it goes.
And we have decided,
this is it.
This is my new babe.
Yeah.
This is my new boo. This might be my husband. This might be my wife.
The Lord sent them.
Yes.
This is God.
This all God. I feel it up in here.
Yep, that's what we say.
and really, it's like it's a fleeting feeling. It's a nuance. It's something. It's like springtime. It's like new flowers. It's blooming. It feels new. Yeah. Right? We're wafting the fragrance of it, but we're not taking the time to really identify what the purpose of it is. Right? Nature is here as really the greatest demonstration of how we can do that. The greatest demonstration of surrender and the greatest demonstration of being in the flow and in the rhythm of life, being in the flow and in the rhythm of connections and seasons. Imagine a tree misidentifying or misconstruing the purpose of seasons and deciding that it's going to keep its connection and relationship with winter all year round.
Right.
Well, what happens?
It ain't gonna happen.
Okay.
Those leaves gonna fall off and they'll come back when summertime comes.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't. It simply cannot.
Nope.
And if it tried, say it for some reason had the intelligence and the ability that humans do to be able to resist the change and resist the letting go.
Right.
And resist the making room for more leaves, it would be barren.
For sure.
It would not yield anything.
Nope.
It would not be operating in its divine purpose. So that takes me back to when people and things and experiences come into our lives, first of all, so that you don't create an unnecessary attachment.
Jesus.
Identify what it's here for.
Why are you here?
Why are you here? Ask the question internally.
Yeah.
So that you can operate in your divine purpose. You can do the thing that you're in that experience to do, and you don't hold on to it a moment past that.
Yeah.
You don't hold on to it a moment past that. And so you are able to let go when it's time.
Yeah.
Let go of the attachment to this thing, even if you've become so familiar with it.
Yeah.
You've known it for so long. It's all you've ever known. This job you've had for 25 years. This church membership that you've been a part of for a decade.
Yeah.
This way of being, this particular religious belief.
Yeah.
This connection or this art that you have had in your victim story with your sister or your brother or your parent or your friend. It's been with you all this time, and yet you've asked for something new in your experience, and yet you're unwilling to shift, to make room, to let go.
Yeah.
And it has to come through you. You want that thing to happen for you, but you don't want to participate. You don't want to shift. First, you're going to agree, right?
Yep.
And then once you agree, you let all of the things that are going to be shaken in the process take care of themselves. Remember, they're part of the implied no.
Yeah. For sure.
Those things, those people, those situations, those circumstances, the moment you agree for it to come through you, you say yes, and you're willing to participate in that. That's the moment that you have made room. That's the moment. The yes is the moment that you've made room. The resistance is the moment that you stay in attachment to what no longer serves you.
Ooh, and what's not even yours to possess. Let it go.
It's not yours. So that you can operate in your divine purpose. Like the tree planted by the rivers of water that brings forth fruit in its season.
And one thing about that tree, when I was studying that, it was during fall, the tree notices that there's not enough water to support the leaves and him or her through that winter season. So it literally, the leaves pop out and they create a scab to protect itself through the whole winter. And when it's time, it's enough water in the ground to come up to support us all. But if I give, they say, if it gives the leaf the water through the winter time, it will die. And that blew my mind, because I was like, wow, how often do we just keep giving energy that we don't even have for ourselves to things that's just gonna fall off?
That's gonna get shook in the shift.
Come on, shook in the shift. So I definitely agree that the trees, nature teach us what it is to surrender to the season that you're in, for sure.
In your relationship and connection to the season.
And it protects us.
Yeah. And you're gonna have everything you need.
Everything you need.
Yeah.
That's good. That's so good. Oh my God. Okay, because we gotta wrap this up. I love y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, and Mama's coming back. Listen, she coming back probably sooner than you think.
Yeah.
But before we go, I just wanna I'm gonna say one step to help you get closer to your purpose and your power and all the things and making room, and that is self-reflection. We gotta start looking at ourselves when we say yes, and how the universe is moving everything around for us to get what we ask for, because it's in agreement with us. Come on. What's one more thing, one practical thing that you can leave with the people to help them along the journey of shaking it off, making room, and accepting and aligning with what is now?
You just said it. That was the key. Aligning with what is now. Okay? So what I want to leave with you is the only place that you can be is right here now. How dare you blow past a moment that's already here to get to one that doesn't exist? Okay? And thinking that there's a moment that's more important than the one that you're in. Because all that does is create suffering. Wishing that you weren't where you are now. Wishing that you could be doing something else with someone else. for some other reason other than the now. Forgetting that when you get to that future moment that does not exist, but when you get to it, it'll be that now moment.
Yeah.
So all there ever is now. And so everything that is going to align for you, in order for you to even get to a future moment, your access point is the now.
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 Now is all there is. Use this moment as a gateway to any of the other moments. You cannot bypass this one to get to a next one.
Yeah.
There's no next before there's a now.
Y'all better, I hope y'all wrote that down. There's no next. It's all we got is now. This very moment. Okay? And when your next come, you live in that one. But until then, now.
Now.
I love it. Thank you, Mama.
My pleasure. Always my pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You always come and drop the best. The best jewels, okay, for life. And I can sit back and listen. This is my time to sit back and listen, and I love it. Okay, so y'all already know, subscribe to the channel, and no matter what you do, no matter where you go, no matter how you glow, baby, it's always room for you right here on the couch. See y'all later.